Now with this update compared to the Skyflow, the differences aren't really as far apart as they once were between the Clifton 9 and the Skyflow. Here are some of the things I noticed between the two shoes as comparisons. This still has a roomier toe box than the Clifton, whereas the Clifton is a little bit more snug and hugs your foot a little bit better. I didn't notice problems with either though. So as far as the cushioning, this is where I found the shoes sort of start to diverge. They take shape of their own. The stack in the Clifton is taller and it's noticeable when it's side by side with the Skyflow. I feel like the Clifton now has more travel for compressing its foam throughout, whereas the Skyflow, the forefoot certainly compresses, but between the two it doesn't feel like the Skyflow's foam does so as much as the Clifton. I just think one has taller foam underfoot, allowing there to be more compression travel, and that is the Clifton. And I think I even emphasized this in that review, is that the Skyflow is meant to be wedged between the Clifton and the Bondi. And now I think the Skyflow could be considered a little bit more aggressive and less max cushion than the Clifton now that version 10 has been released, making it wedged between the Mach and the Clifton 10. But I can assure you that the Bondi is still so cushioned, and nothing has dethroned that shoe from its max cushion status in the HOKA lineup. I think I still really enjoy the Bondi 9 even over the Skyward X. There's certainly more feeling of stability underfoot than in the Skyward X, and that alone for me is a huge plus in the Bondi's favor, which is ironically, since I feel a lot of people made a point to emphasize how stable the Skyward X was, and I couldn't have disagreed more. The lateral part of the Skyward X just felt like a drop off, kind of like you would see in the deep end of a beach or in a pool. This is what I experienced the more I used it. And let's get back in the comparison between the Skyflow and the Clifton. So there is something I noticed, that is the Skyflow seemed to be slightly wider, giving it much more feeling of stability over that of the already sufficiently cushioned and stable Clifton. So not that the Clifton is unstable by any stretch, I just wanted to point out that the Skyflow seems a little bit more stable. And that really concludes my comparison between the Skyflow and the Clifton.